Whitlock, that's Marcellus Wiley, that dude.
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome to Speak for Yourself, the most fearless show in sports. Coming up, we'll tell you if Zion Williamson is about to follow in LeBron James's footsteps, but we start with Kawhi Leonard. They're calling it Kawhi Watch, but that title really only applies in Canada. Here, in the United States of America, the Kawhi Leonard free agency circus is just another episode of As LeBron Turns, or These Are the Days of LeBron's Life, or LeBron and the Wrestlers. NBA free agency is a daytime soap opera, and LeBron James is Erica Kane, Luke Spencer, and Karen Wolick all rolled into one 6'9", 260-pound package. Yeah, I grew up on the ABC soap operas. All My Children, General Hospital, One Life to Live.
Me too.
Every year, LeBron has a new plot twist. The decision was like Luke and Laura getting married in 1981. 30 million people tuned in to see Luke and Laura tie the knot. It was the biggest event in daytime soap opera history. When LeBron left Miami to go back to Cleveland, that was Erica Kane marrying Adam Chandler for the first time. Erica got married like a dozen times to 7 different men on All My Children, but I believe Adam was her true love, just like Cleveland is LeBron's true love. When LeBron left Cleveland for Los Angeles, it reminded me of Karen Wolick taking the witness stand and admitting her previous life as a prostitute. It was like an earthquake hit the city of Landview. Larry, her husband, immediately demanded a divorce. It was scandalous, y'all. Let me get this back to basketball. We don't really care about Kawhi. He's a terrific player, but he's not all that interesting. He doesn't talk. He has a silly laugh. He's not a leading character. He's a supporting actor in LeBron's off-season daytime soap opera. We care about Kawhi because what his decision means for and says about LeBron. Is LeBron going to win any more championships? Will Kawhi make the Hollywood James experience a success? Is LeBron going to put together a second super team? Kawhi is destined to be an NBA footnote. He's John Havlicek. Hondo won 8 NBA titles, but no one talks about him. He's not revered. I'm not trying to diminish Havlicek or Kawhi, but they don't have the it factor that makes them immortals. Kawhi is like Jesse Hubbard from All My Children. Jesse had a great run on the show, particularly during the 1980s. Jesse was a college dropout who was falsely accused of rape by Liza Colby and eventually rose to chief of police in Pine Valley. He eloped with Angie Baxter. Jesse was a nice story, but he blew his shot at superstardom when he walked away from a singing career with Yvonne Campbell. That was heartbreaking. All right, that's Kawhi. He's a nice story, but he's just a LeBron James backup singer. LeBron is the show. He's the headliner. If LeBron and the Lakers weren't involved in Kawhi's free agency decision, there would be no frenzy around Kawhi. He doesn't talk. His style of play is boring. He wears New Balance shoes, for God's sake. Let me repeat. He wears walking shoes for fat people. I own a pair. At this point, I don't care where Kawhi plays. I just want the Kawhi Watch to end so we can get back to talking about LeBron James. All right, joining the desk now are Fox Sports NBA analyst Jim Jackson, Bleacher Report's Ric Bucher, Marcellus, get us rolling here. Is the obsession with Kawhi's decision more about Kawhi or LeBron?
You shed a tear, Luke and Lord. Who didn't? Who didn't? All right, let me go back to this. This is entirely about Kawhi Leonard. And it's an age-old attribute that Kawhi Leonard is highlighting right now that we all are envious of and we all beg for. This is not about the chosen one. This is not about LeBron James. This is about Kawhi and redemption. The reason why we love Kawhi Leonard right now, and the reason why there is an obsession about Kawhi Leonard is the redemption story. Being exiled from one of the most storied franchises in the sport, being labeled a pariah, a problem, a outcast, exiled to another country to play the game of basketball, and then gets on a team without star power, really, Kyle Lowry, but we know how he is in the playoffs. And Kawhi Leonard stays silent through that process and climbs that mountain, leading that pack that never could get over that hump. And now we're obsessed because we're all sitting here as human beings knowing we're flawed, knowing that we all wear different uniforms to try to cover and hide those same flaws. And this dude showed the mental toughness and the physical capability to get to that mountaintop. Now, what does he do? Because he has power now, because he's activated all of us and all of our issues to say this is the face of someone who was flawed, who's redeemed himself. I would love this to be about the king, the chosen one, but it's not. It's about a guy who climbed a mountain that we're all trying to climb, and now we respect him to the fullest.
I should be sitting right there because I'm right between you two. It is and it isn't. It is about LeBron in that people are hoping that Kawhi Leonard is not LeBron James. They're hoping that he's not a guy who abandoned franchises. They're hoping that he's not a guy who's into the glitz and the glamour, doesn't need to join star teams, that he can do it by himself. And it isn't in that this isn't so much LeBron, it's about, can we really believe that any player is who we think they are? Because that's what he appears to be. He appears to be his own man. He appears to be a guy who doesn't need LA or the Lakers or Showtime. He appears to be all that. And if he goes to the Lakers and joins LeBron, it's not so much just about LeBron. It's that, damn, who is Kawhi Leonard? Like, we'd like to think he is who we think he is, which is not LeBron. But ultimately, if he goes and joins LeBron, then we don't know who he is.
This is where I disagree. Young and Restless was better than.
Stop that.
That's what I'm.
Don't do that.
Victor Newman. I think Victor Newman is still on there right now. Okay, he's been there 40 years. So that's where you messed up the first time.
All right.
But I think both things can be true about LeBron and Kawhi. I think that I don't know if Kawhi's team did this on purpose, but it's worked out in their favor. And what I mean is that if Kawhi makes his decision on Sunday or Monday, he gets wrapped into the KD, Kyrie, Clay, and it's a footnote.
This past Sunday,
when everybody else kind of made their decision. By stretching this thing out, that's all we've been talking about is Kawhi. Well, going into free agency, we knew it was going to be big, but we didn't know it was going to be like this. Everybody wasn't going to wait to see where Kawhi went. It was all about Kevin Durant, and really Kyrie, okay? But I love the fact that your point, we don't know who he is. Will he stay? Will he go? We built Kawhi to be this guy, this mysterious guy that doesn't talk. What's his attitude like? He doesn't need to be around other people. Kind of like Giannis. I don't want to go play with anybody else. I want to go get mine because I'm going to get mine, okay? So I hope at the end of the day for Kawhi, and I'm not going to say that he can't be, I don't think he's going to be more of a footnote because he's taken a franchise that couldn't get out the East, and he's won a championship, and he did it without superstars. So where his greatness will ultimately be, it's too early to tell. But I think he's setting himself up to do something special. That quiet demeanor, if he stays and they continue to be successful, can be a legacy for him.
You're arguing he's really elevated his brand over this past week by playing it this way, and he's become more than I'm perhaps giving him credit for.
I mean, think about the news cycles. That's all we're talking about.
Yeah.
If he does this on last Monday or Tuesday, it's done.
Right.
But the whole time this like almost like Will Smith. You knew on the 4th of July for a period of time Will Smith was gonna. Here comes a movie. You were anticipating. This whole time we've been waiting for Kawhi. The whole time.
The real beauty of it is he hasn't had to say a word.
A word about this is free advertising and marketing you cannot pay for.
It's the Marshawn Lynch School of Marketing. Say less, and actually have more impact. And it's amazing. LeBron's universe is beyond basketball. That's where his greatness is. On the court, let's just be real. 28, 9-9, we get it. No playoffs. Now you got AD, a lot of speculation of what this team will be. It's not a team right now. It's top heavy. So it's not just LeBron. His universe is, okay, on the court, still great. But off the court, I have tremendous impact. But that impact doesn't really cross what Kawhi is in terms of brand or in terms of what he desires. So I just can't see LeBron having that reach. He may become a Laker, but it's not because of LeBron exclusively.
I'll say this. If he goes to the Lakers, I'm less interested in Kawhi. If he stays in Toronto, I'm less interested in Kawhi. I'm just going to be honest with you. If he comes to the Clippers, I'm fascinated.
And I want to say that I agree.
And because,
Yes.
is it because of, if you know what he can do in,
If he comes to the Lakers, he's second fiddle behind LeBron.
right, but
period.
you're saying that in Toronto, you already saw what he could be in Toronto. But with the Clippers, what really attracts you? What really makes you say that him going to the Clippers, you
Clippers
have more
are the
intrigue?
biggest laughing stock in
Right.
the NBA
Bam.
history.
Bam.
And he would be declaring war with LeBron, and I love that.
Bam.
And so I think those things. I think the Raptors are a nice little story, but they're not an American story. Some people still, Kyle Lowry, and there's a dude, Van Vliet or whatever.
Dude made big shots.